My name is Zinzi König, and I am a former assistant professor of biology and nursing. I'm a registered nurse. I have a master's in epidemiology of infectious diseases, and I'm all but dissertation in space life sciences and biomedical science in at the University of Texas Medical Branch. So right now I'm waiting to complete that PhD at another program. What I was working on when we needed to really talk and have these coaching sessions for my own good was trying to understand myself in the professional world, where I was succeeding and where I was having a lot of difficulties. The coaching itself, what I was really seeking was a way to guide me forward from the place that I was at, which was at the moment just a former assistant professor in the subjects that I love, biology, nursing, which is really diverse. My background goes from molecular to actually space life sciences. And that was what I needed. What came from that um, is a sense of allowing myself to be myself, self-confidence in that professional world, and reach out to areas that I hadn't before where I might be a better fit. Two tangible and measurable changes I had from working with you were working with Angela, were noticing the strength I had within myself on a day-to-day basis, finding and identifying individuals and other people with polymathic qualities that had similar experiences to my own. And this helped me in applying for a new PhD program, applying for new jobs, and stepping outside of the box that I had kind of placed myself in. So applying for a new job and applying for a graduate program. The thing that's changed in my life since meeting with you, Angela, um, is that I know that my skills and abilities, my curiosity is important, that it's worthwhile. After working with Angela, I was able to see that what I thought were faults may actually be strengths. My ability to work multidisciplinary with a wide variety of people is a strength and not something that I that works that it's something that can work against me in certain situations. Um, it can work against me with certain individuals, but what I gained was insight into how to use those abilities in my particularly curious mind to socialize and interact in a more productive and helpful way. Just by meeting and talking with you, having a few coaching sessions was very helpful, actually. I mean, also the polymathic group that you've provided really has given me a sense of community, or a sense of that I really did not ever have. And this part of my thinking and my part of my intellectual abilities and curiosity, the just gathering of like-minded, or not even like-minded, but like thinking, polymathic thinking individuals showed me that there's nothing wrong with me, that I'm maybe just different than a lot of other individuals in the workplace and in general. And the most delightful part of the experience of working with Angela is that you're very personable, you're very compassionate. Working with Angela is like working with a professional social individual, like someone working with professional compassion, and it's really radiates in your personality and your own passions that really I can see in myself a small part of where you come from, where I come from. There's somewhat of a similarity there, obviously, and that provided something really great for me as a woman, because as a woman, I don't necessarily have that same sort of it's you're as a woman in the sciences, you're often maybe the only one in the room, maybe the professional in the room that has been delegated to the bottom as opposed to where your abilities actually are. And so working with you, Angela, has been probably the most ideal. You're probably the most ideal person I could have worked with on any of this. If anyone was thinking of working with you, Angela, I would tell them to absolutely go for it, that it's worth it. I think if anyone I knew asked any question about how to move in a direction in their life when they're lost or they're feeling not like their abilities or skills are worth anything, or if they're having any questions about their own, where they need to move in life, any type of really coaching on an individual level, I would absolutely recommend that they work with you. Even as in my own, as an individual that worked with you, I find it, or I continue to find your work really inspiring, really helpful, and I would recommend to nearly anyone to work with you if they'd like some guidance the way you've provided for me. To anyone that is in a scientific profession and has been, I would say, not removed from a project or not removed from their role, but is even finding it hard to, because of their curiosity and because of their wanting to branch out to so many subjects and include it within their work, if they're struggling with that because of a professional style of working that they're in, if the culture of their industry or profession is very in the box and they have to find a way to flourish within that box, you would be the person that I would recommend talking to. I it's if I had had the funding, and at some point I probably will have a job again, and I would like to continue actually, because I think it's been the most helpful. You've been the most helpful person I've talked to. Any
Oh,
help you'd like in that? I think I really believe in what you're doing. I think it's really important, not just for right now, like poor people like me, people who've had to deal with the criminal justice system as a woman, right? People who've had to deal with social services as a woman and felt really alone in that. I mean, those are areas that you touch on in all of this, and it affects me, and it really makes me hope I can be a lot like you one day.